Hey there, it's Bren. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to take you on an entire house tour. Every room, every closet, every storage area, and even my backyard and patio. I'm going to show you how I fit my large family into this small house. So let's get started. I'm going to start this house tour out on our back patio. It's about 17 by 40 feet in length, and it's quite a nice party space. I'm going to show you some of my plants. Hopefully the wind doesn't get too bad out here. This is a lilac bush, and when I was younger in Detroit, I grew up in Detroit until I was 12, I had a lilac bush in my backyard, and I just have such fond memories of it that I actually took my children back there and got pictures of them near that lilac bush, even though my house had since been torn down. It was just really cool to revisit my neighborhood. When this house was built in 1935, that was a popular thing because when I grew up in Detroit, I also had rows of Sharon bushes throughout my neighborhood. And I just remember how beautiful they were. Oh, here's my little dog Pippa. She enjoys her yard as well. I will take you over to see her. She pretends that she cannot get up up these stairs, but she can actually. Can you see her? There she is. Pippa, do you want to get up? Mommy help you? Okay. Oh boy, we're gonna try to do everything, aren't we? And we'll just go. There we go. That's a girl. So anyway, I do have fond memories of growing up in Detroit and just having such nature around. I grew up in a really diverse community. We had people from around the world that were first generation in my neighborhood. And when I was growing up, I was a latchkey kid. Started watching myself at 7 years old to help my mom out. And the whole neighborhood helped me. Next up is my kitchen. My cat Gigi, we have 3 animals. It seems like I have 100 because they're always in these videos, but she's just a wonderful little cat. When we moved here, this kitchen was really dark and the cabinets went up to the ceiling, and now we did not have that because it felt like we lived in a California closet. So it was just really, really not a fun kitchen to work in, let me tell you. I'm gonna go ahead and turn you around to see it from a different perspective. So I'm just gonna walk in the kitchen here. This is my 1950s, yes, you heard it right, 1950s stove. And I got it off of Craigslist when we renovated this kitchen. Actually, right here, this area right here used to be cabinetry, but we had to take it out because this house never had air conditioning. And so it needed to have a duct that ran from the basement all the way upstairs in order for us to have AC. We also added this beautiful air vent, and it's just really cool. It kind of fits the vibe of the stove. I'm generally not the type of person that loves a lot of antiques or old things, but I fell in love with that stove. I just did, and I think that I'll always have it even if I sell this house. And this next room is called the island room or the middle room. It's the thoroughfare in our home that is between the solarium, the kitchen, and our family room. And that island that you see is actually getting up there in years. It's been with my family our entire existence. I bought it in Michigan, and in 2015 I went to the Florida Keys, and I was super inspired by the aesthetics and the design there that I came home and I painted it a beautiful Sherwin-Williams gray color, and I replaced the wood top with this glossy white top, and I've never looked back. I absolutely love it, and I've never gotten tired of it. The bar stools there, or the island stools, those are from IKEA. They're kind of in a glossy finish. I do think they're still available, actually. This shelf here is wonderful. It's so unique, and it's something that I've never seen again. It's from Crate & Barrel. It has these little cubbies in it on 2 of the shelves, and I think you can see it there. It's just such a unique shelf in that you can hide things or, stack things that you don't want to fall even, and they won't fall off the shelf because they're in a cubby. That's just kind of a unique thing. We use every single thing on that shelf for parties and whatnot. Typically, I would love closed storage so that visually it's not cluttered, but we don't have a whole lot of display things in this house, so this is just one of those areas that we do. This vase, this cute vase, is also from IKEA, and I think you could see my bulletin board right over there. That is a really great find from Ballard Design as well. I painted the perimeter of it a pretty gray to match the island, and basically it is a reminder area and our area where we put things that we don't want to lose or upcoming kind of things. The bottom sign says "Go Mom," because when I graduated, my kids made me that sign, and so I just stuck it up there. I love it. Lastly, in this room is a sign that I probably will never take down. It says "Be Present." Another room that we have is called the solarium, and it is probably my favorite room in the whole house. It is an all-purpose room, and it is just one of those rooms that gives you such a good vibe. Albeit, when you go in there, there is an echo, so when you experience this on my video, please forgive me. There's really nothing I could do about it. My husband started working out of the house in March of 2020, like many people did, and we were really fortunate and happy that we had this room. Previously to that, we ate dinner there. We would have family parties there. Our pumpkin party actually is coming up this coming Thursday, not tomorrow, but the following Thursday. And we're really excited about that. Everybody gathers around this gigantic table and we do our pumpkin carving or we paint our pumpkins. The table itself is from a company called Ballard Design, and they have a warehouse outlet real close to here in Cincinnati. And I found this table there for only $400, $423 with tax, and I could not believe my good fortune. So it was the rustic look, which I was not a fan of. The legs were all kind of like that tattered look, but what I did to modernize it up is I bought some shiny paint, kind of like a glossy finish, smooth paint in a bright white from Sherwin-Williams, and it looks amazing to me. The chairs took some more time. I think we didn't have chairs for a good year or two. We actually used our lawn furniture chairs, our extra ones. They were plastic around this until I could find chairs I loved. And then IKEA came out with these ones. They're called Janine, and they are awesome. I only paid $59 a piece, but now they're up to, I think it's $79, but they are made in Italy, which is kind of a cool fun fact. Next up, we have my exercise stuff here, my exercise ball, exercise mats, and some weights. I just kind of have that stuff in a basket. Mostly I go to the gym for my weightlifting, but I do some exercises at home. I use the exercise ball for stretching and ab exercises daily, and I use my mat almost every day. It is wonderful, and it's such a pretty mat. I think it makes me feel like I want to exercise. This room is fantastic for plants. This one here is called the Philodendron gigas, and it has the most beautiful dark green leaves. I think you could see that. They're just stunning and so soft. That is one of my favorite plants. Next up, I have this giant ficus, and I think when I got this plant, you can see how tall it is, but when I got this plant, I think it was about 12 inches, and now look at it. It has just grown. The other ones here, and this plant here is called Happy, and my gigas, go figure, is called Giggy. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I've got these Tycon. They're Ty constellations, and they have a beautiful white foliage with green. And they get what's called fenestration. I don't know if you could see that, but there's kind of holes in the leaves, and they're just beautiful. That's a new leaf, so it's like a little bit lighter green. And that one's called Uno, and this one here is called Dos, 1 and 2. It's not really original. Next up is my daughter's White Fusion, and it's just beautiful. I think we like plants that have some white to them. This is my cat, Gigi. She is enjoying the sun in the solarium. Gigi, say hi. Gigi, say hi, baby. She's such a pretty girl. It is Halloween, so we do have some of our Halloween decor. This is a view of this room from the front of the house, and it's just beautiful. I just love this room. I love the chandelier that we put in here. We actually brought this chandelier from Michigan, and my kids just loved it. I couldn't leave it. They even had a little song about this chandelier. Over here we have a picture wall, which I think just sets the room off and invites you in. We have original wood doors that shut, and believe it or not, give you a good amount of privacy and close off your noise, such as my husband's noise from his job. So when he's having a meeting, I just shut the doors. And on the weekends, all of his work stuff goes into this beautiful cabinet, which came from a company called Mobicon, and I love it. It just provides a great amount of space in it. The warmth of the wood, I love this color wood. It's called white oak. I think it's a matte finish, and I absolutely love it. And this desk actually is my grandmother's. I painted it from, it was like a walnut color. I didn't like that color. Then I painted it black, and then the most recent color is gray. I'm coming through the front door right now, and if you'll notice, we have a giant sectional. This actually was refinished a few years ago, and we love this sectional so much, and it fits so nice into this room that we decided to just go ahead and redo it versus buying something else. And I think, you know what, it's better for the environment as well, right? So it fit, I should say, all of us when my kids were little, but now when we have fam night, which is, we call it fam night, but it's once a week on Wednesdays typically, and my husband and I just kind of make a space here for ourselves on the floor, and then we let the kids all have their space on the couch, because they have, a couple of them have significant others, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, and so we just let everybody else have the couch, and we're not squished on the floor. One other thing too is that we have a ton of these cream-colored blankets by UGG. I love them. I think we have 12 of them. So some of them are stored in that ottoman there. And then I forgot to mention this in my other room, but we have what we call a blanket bin, and that is actually an old pickle barrel that we use for our blankets storage. But yeah, our couch is wonderful. People have actually slept on it if they come from out of town. We just pull the pillows off of it, put blankets on it, and sheets and whatnot. The other thing we have is a gorgeous old fireplace. I did this over. When we moved in, I did not like it. I put up with it for a few years just to make sure, but I absolutely did not like the red brick. So I painted it a really light gray, and it just pops off that white. And we've never had problems with it scratching up on the brick part or anything like that. Here and there I touch it up, but it's just not been a problem. And also I gave it a fresh coat of paint when we moved in. Right now it says happy fall because we are in fall. And that brings me over to this next area, which in an old house, you definitely have storage problems, because back in the day, they just didn't have a whole lot of stuff, I don't think. And so this is a coat rack that we bought, and I don't know if you could see, but up at the top, there's little labels. So we put each of our family members' names on it. And the 7th one is just kind of a free-for-all. It says miscellaneous. So I took that over. I put my purse there and my bags and stuff. Then below that we have our little baskets where we keep shoes. Now in this area, before, when all 4 of my kids were still living here and not just the 2 that I have right now, I used to use the Torcus bins by IKEA, and I would slide them in. Those bins are basically for laundry, but they're real squishable, and it just allows you to put them together, because sometimes if baskets like the ones I have currently, sometimes those are not squishable and they won't fit in a space, but the IKEA ones are just awesome. So yeah, that's been a great thing. Shoes are definitely a problem for my family. We love our shoes and our jackets. Now right here is my TV stand. I've had this since I went to Michigan. I did get this from the Pottery Barn outlet up there for about $400. Going upstairs from the living room is a hallway. This is one of the things that I did not like about this small house, because back in the day, I don't think they believed in having hallways that were a decent size. So I was a little bit dismayed. I don't think about it anymore, but it was one of those things that was problematic for me to get my head around. So you could see how kind of narrow this is. This is the primary bedroom. It's mine and my husband's room. And we like things kind of sparse. We basically have he doesn't even have a nightstand, but I have a nightstand that came from IKEA. The little lamp is from Pottery Barn. I love it. And then our bedroom furniture is from a company called Mobicon. And back in the day, Martha Stewart had a front cover of her magazine, and it had a platform bed on it. And I just fell in love, and it was something that I always wanted to get. So fast forward to I think 2017, I finally found the bed of my dreams and was lucky enough to get the tall dresser that goes with it. Actually, it didn't come with it. It was something I chose separately. And then that cool lamp back there is from IKEA. It was part of the Stockholm collection. I love this lamp. It is so cute. And then our bedding is from a company called Marimekko. And if you can see, it has like a beehive design on it, because that company loves to implement nature into their design. And the curtains, we kind of got them a little bit dark. I don't like letting too much light when I'm sleeping, but I definitely do not like it when I'm in a room and I don't have light. And so that's why, I don't know if you noticed in my other rooms, I do not have curtains down there. I don't have curtains or blinds on my main floor at all, because I just love the openness, the open feel. I think being in a small house, that really allows you to just kind of have it more fresh looking when you don't have a bunch of things that make you feel like you're in a cave, like curtains and blinds. And up here we do, of course, because this is where we sleep. This is our bedroom area. But downstairs, we're on a hill. Nobody can really see in, and so we decided not to do it. Here is another mirror, like I said before, in another room. This mirror just allows us to have real open space and makes the room kind of light up with the mirror and the reflection from it. This is a small closet. I don't even know if it's worth showing you because it is so small, but I will. Here's another dresser by Mobicon, and this is an awesome thrift find of mine. I thrifted this lamp from a thrift store in Cincinnati, and I replaced the lampshade with a lampshade from Amazon, and it's called a paper shade. And then I absolutely love this candle warmer. I use it in the wintertime especially, and it just makes me feel all cozy. I love it. So here's my closet. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. For storage, I basically use hooks and shelving, and you probably can't see, I don't think you can see, I'll try to show it up and down maybe, but you got shelving going on the side with clothes. Next up is my son's room. He just moved back from college a couple months ago, and we are in the midst of redoing his room, which I'm going to do a whole video on how to, redo a room when your kid comes back from college and they're living with you. So yeah, forgive his mess a little bit, but I just wanted you to get a general idea of how pretty this room is. He has a gray color on his walls, and it really works in this room. It makes it kind of have more of an industrial feel. And there's his closet. He actually has a bigger closet and a nicer closet than me. And then he has a silver shelf here for some storage. But again, we are going to be changing some of those things and implementing some new storage options. Next up is my daughter's room. My other daughter used to be in this space here. She had a bed and her own desk, I think it was. And since she moved out, this daughter has done it up like a little New York apartment. She's got her little mirror, she's got some shelving. It's pretty much like her own little living area that she has, including a television. And here is her cat, June. We have 3 pets in this house, but June is for sure Darcy. She absolutely loves her. June is a Siamese mix, and she is the boss of the house, I would say. Darcy's bed usually is made up, but during the week when she's at school, she wants June to be comfortable, so she leaves her blankets on the bed, and June does take advantage of that. Next up, Darcy has her beautiful desk from IKEA, her little desk area, and it's super cute. And then she has her closet, which has a cat condo on it. Believe me, it's all about her cat in this room. There's some pillows that are usually on her bed. And then she's got her clothing hung up, and she's got the IKEA Torcus bins in here. And she uses those for her clothes. She opted not to have a dresser and just wanted easier access to her things, so she uses these bins. And that's what I mean about those Torcus bins from IKEA. They squish together. If you had rigid bins, they might not fit as good. And this really optimizes that space for organization. Then right here, she has some more bins that she keeps extra shoes and that in. And yeah, she uses her space really good. Her sister's bed was just like this one here. And again, it was over on this other wall. So the girls shared a room a long time. Well, basically their entire lives, they've shared a room. And I've heard a lot of cute stories of their adventures and late night talks since my daughter Cassidy's moved out. Next up is our bathroom. It's really small. In fact, it's really hard to even show you. But one of the things that we implemented is putting hooks on the door for our towels. When all 6 of us were living here, we had 6 towels, 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. And since then, I've given us a little bit more room and put 4 hooks instead. It has an under sink that's open, I guess. It does not have a cabinet. So when we moved here, I had to get really creative. And I got this shelf at Ballard Design. And basically, I was so lucky because I found the bins at IKEA and I was able to fit them. All 6 of us had a bin. And so that's pretty much all our toiletries, hairbrushes, products, whatever. It's all in that bin except for shampoo, conditioners, things like that. I also have a little wood shelf here. I think it's bamboo actually. And that has some things like Kleenex and extra rolls of toilet paper. And then a little tidbit for a bathroom that has plaster is, if you don't want to redo it yet, and this is an original, by the way, 1935 bathroom, including the tile and all of the tile work on the bathroom itself. And here's the shower. I love this. I don't know how long it's going to last, but pretty much when this old toilet goes, that's going to be it for this bathroom. We'll probably have to redo it. But even the toilet paper, isn't that cool? Even the toilet paper is inside of a little cubby, and then it's got little cubbies on the sink behind the sink for floss and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I do love this bathroom. I always have, and I think we were really fortunate to get one that was black and white, actually. Coming along into our lower level, the basement, it is a beautiful basement, actually. It wasn't so much when we moved in. Every brick on these walls was colored something different, and it did not have these gorgeous cabinets. These cabinets match my GE kitchen stove, and they're all the same color. It's kind of a green yellow, and it's just so pretty. They're vintage circa 1950s. Then we have a space that is kind of our laundry area, and the cat litter is actually under the stairs since we have cats. So we have this little laundry area. Now look, I use the Torcus bins again. I have one on top of the washer or dryer to accommodate all of the laundry supplies, and then one in front to accommodate some clothes. And of course there's dirty clothes in there. Then we have the laundry tub and another bathroom. Now when we moved into this house, this bathroom was not there, and actually none of these walls that you see were there. The ceiling was not painted. We painted it like a chipotle color to make it have more of a modern feel. And even though it's a little bit darker, it does not make you feel like it's coming down on you. Now my fourth and oldest son, he actually had this entire space as his room before he moved out. And his bed was down here, and that big red couch actually was down here as well in his room, and it was sort of his hangout spot with everybody else. It was a secondary place for everybody to hang out, for all the kids to hang out, I should say. And we did not have the black table there, though, at that point, nor did we have this dresser. He actually was using a metal rack for his television and storage. But now you can see that this space has been revamped into something that accommodates my husband when he's watching football and I don't want to hear it. And also during the week, if I want to go on my treadmill, I can. It's been fantastic. This rug here was a Mary Miko collaboration with Target, actually, back, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And it's just a cool rug. It kind of gives a fun vibe down to the space, and it's awesome. I also have another rug here that's a bear rug I got at Costco. And again, it just kind of gives some warmth to the space and spices it up a little bit. Here's another view of the cabinets. Now in these cabinets, we have a lot of good extra storage. We used to use it mostly for food, but now that two of the kids, the real snack eaters, have moved out, a lot of our food has been able to move up to the kitchen. And next up, we have our storage area. Now in here, we have some of my best organization stuff, which I'll go into depth at some other video, but we have extra coats, off-season coats and boots and things like that there, and a lot of storage here on these metal shelves. These metal shelves have been used in multiple different ways, and they are just wonderful. And then my kids all have memory bins, and they are organized by hope chest if they haven't moved out yet, just supplies that I think they might need at some point, and just general memory bins. Usually, I think each of them have two, and my husband and I have one. Last but not least, we have our downstairs bathroom. This is the only other bathroom in the house, and it has really been a great thing. We had to get a new toilet recently because the old one finally, died. It was a little bit of a surprise. Didn't think that was going to happen. And I actually had to build out this wall because our old toilet came out so far that there was about a 3-inch variance. And so I didn't do the best job, but I think it's better than having a clip up against the wall, hoping that the back of the toilet does not fall back, which would crack the whole thing off. That would not be a good thing. Concludes our tour today. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave some comments for me. Let me know what kind of videos that you would enjoy seeing. And I hope you have a great day.